Autzen Stadium is mid-sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel level virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. Gonna run it. It's Whittington. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the statement. We go back as far as you want with the Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking for space to the left. And the pass hits, picked off. He'll try to take it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
QB design run is going to be a big part of this offense, and I like the patience he showed on that last run getting the first down.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Beck. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires and picked off. Trying to take it back. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Oregon. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. They come to the line with a minute to play in the opening quarter. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. The Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Breaks the tackle. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that end. Nice job by the defense.
This could be a major turning point in this game, going for it inside their own 40. Quarterback keeps it. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and need them. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. Especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Arizona is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Tucson, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 10 over the Coyotes. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll leave it with him. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job in the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. That's caught. It's Young. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Throws for the tight end. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. And the Dogs in the hurry up. They'll give it to the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Finds his man. It's Smith. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Pulls and fires complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Direct snap. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Deflected near the end zone.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one splits the uprights. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Takes the handoff. It's Whittington. At the 35, he's got room. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to pass. It's Gabriel. Unleashes one deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down.
And he's still running after the move. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Power football with the run. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll go with a direct snap. The Dogs are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And I know it's not sexy, but those little runs just keep you on your heels, keep the sticks moving, making you understand, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be patient. A lot of offenses aren't patient. They get too big play happy, wanting to force the ball down the field. This offense is staying nice and patient right now.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance when you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad. You tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, you've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out first drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Trying to get to him. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, Oregon 14.
The Ducks will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Oh, the ball's out on the return. And he falls on top of his own fumble. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
All right, let's go return, guys. You've got to do a better job with ball security. You know these coverage unit teams, they got 50-yard runs at you. They're coming in with a big head of steam. If you're not making a miss, you've got to have 2 hands on the ball.
On the ground, it's Robinson. Runs through a tackle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Wants to throw on third. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Normally, I would say, fourth and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the fourth quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. Because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving the stadium with it.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Hands it off. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it-runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal.
42 Spider.
Scanning the field, it's Gabriel. Buys a little time with his feet. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
If that running back wore a half-size bigger shoe, that's an incomplete pass, but he got a foot down.
He got it down. Nice body control. And you see so many running backs work with wide receivers now in practice because they're such good route runners.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that incompletion really tells the story of this football game. If you don't score touchdowns, it's really hard to win games. They haven't found themselves in the end zone at all in this game. Throwing it, running it, they have been completely dominant.
Going over the top. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's run out of bounds, but turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
First down for the offense.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game, you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Georgia going up tempo. Looks as if he's going to run it. Bulldozes his way through. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And now the offense just said, oh, you don't think he's going to run it? You're not going to account for him? I'll do that. Great job taking advantage of the numbers. When you're an offense and you have a quarterback that can do this occasionally, it just puts that little bit of doubt in my head, makes me play it a little bit more on defense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Beck. Into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on third and goal. He's looking downfield to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Pulled down for the tackle.
Man, and this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. You get the stop here. I'm down multiple possessions. Do I kick it now because it's a hard fourth down, or am I putting the foot on the pedal and staying aggressive to try to get a touchdown?
They're trying to get to it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've
looking deep down the right side. Snags it inside the 20. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're